the term lambs to the slaughter bears to mind now, and I'm probably going to say it again because it seems to have become a little bit of trait at the start of these videos, but here we go again. Today, 7th of October, this event is going to run through to the 8th of October, and we're heading towards the start area for the annual 50-mile hike over the Longmynd. And it's been going for quite a few years now, well over 50 years, organised by one of the local scout groups. Initially it was literally, as it says in the title, a hike. Now you get a mixture of runners, run walkers and walkers. Like I say, we're heading towards the start area, and the sort of procedure from there is we've all been given a ticket with our numbers on. We exchanged for that about 1:45 what they call a tally, which ends up being our sort of reward at the end to whatever point we get to. But actually checks us in at all the various checkpoints that we've got to get to. They just click that. Of late they've gone electronic as well, so we've all been issued with an electronic wristband that again, when we get to the checkpoints, we'll have scanned or self-scan, and that should register on the tracking app, so people can sort of keep an eye on us throughout the event as we get to each of the checkpoints. So we're about 25 minutes from the start. Today I've got Tim with me, Caroline with me again, Sam and Michelle, all members of or associate members of Thibodeau Trotters. And that's it really. Yeah, that's where we're going, Michelle. Way up over there. We've got 15 minutes to go. We're down up the field start, and I'm not sure whether this will pick it up, but most people when we start this think that's the first hill, but we've got to go around the side of that to the first one. We've got about a mile walk to do first before we hit the dizzy heights of, how are we pronouncing it? Caradoc Hill.
I feel like everyone is got to unless you actually
And we're off. Bang on time, 1 o'clock. We have now 24 hours to negotiate 17 checkpoints across quite a disconcerting terrain, shall we say. The fell runners are already pretty much off and 400 or 500 metres away from us. This gets quite bottlenecked to start off with, so we just need to pay attention, not fall over, and get cracking. I can see a stream of fell runners, a mixture of run walkers. It is a bit of a baptism of fire, this first couple of checkpoints, because it's full on right from the word go. Not sure where the rest of the gang are yet, but I like to sort of push on in this section, take a breather at the top, and then regroup. Done it most years. I just like to sort of get cracking at my own pace first, and just get a bit of space. Gets a bit, like I say, gets a bit bottlenecked and a bit claustrophobic, shall we say. But yeah, just about to come off this rocky sort of bridleway, I would say it's called. and take a couple of left-hand turns. You can take either path to get you to the top of this checkpoint, but it is a slog, this one. Well done, mate. You look for that run guy.
That's run guy.
Hashtag that run guy. It's on YouTube.
I'll have a look.
Oh, a bit of respite, it's on the wind. Everybody's successfully through the first checkpoint, and this is what I call the toilet roll hill. The very first year I brought actually some of the family and some of the participants of that year to this particular hill. I've got some toilet roll in an outside pocket of the bag as we went down the hill, so I did the toilet roll. So if I had the GoPro that day, there'd be images of me following the toilet roll hill. Classic. I just couldn't get the camera out fast enough.
You don't help me, I'm fine here. You want to use my bob and I'll get the other one out, Sandboard. Look at that.
Yeah. So I can't be aged. It's me, it's the old git, not you lot. Bloody hell.
I told you to slip it. I told you I was going to fall over. Bloody hell. Hey, that's cooled my leg down. Sorry, did you want to get through?
Oh, cheers.
Yeah. Look at my leg.
He's just in fits of a steer at the moment. He can't believe what he's seen. There you go. There's the first.
Hang on, I need a leaf to get the shit off my leg.
Yeah. Health and safety. That's the first. Should have done a risk assessment. That's the first slip, trips and falls video for this time.
The first victim.
Yeah.
Anyone got any sanitizer?
Into the t-shirt now. Another top had to come off. The hat, the buff, everything had to come off. Windy, but it's still quite hazy. But temperature's gone right up now. We're on a massive ridge now called the Lawley.
Number 301, there you go.
Cheers, thank you. That's number 2 clipped, and we've just gone on about 3.3 mile at the moment. Just need to regroup with the others. Probably going to try and hit the hills, to the hills at our own pace, and then regroup at the bottom of each of the hills. Okay. right to the gate. We'll go down to the gate, we'll meet down at the gate, right? They're on the move again. 4 mile in, all regrouped.
Only 4 miles?
Yeah.
4 miles?
It's all good. Was that you almost breaking into a jog then, Michelle?
Yeah, 4 miles.
Well, I'll put the view in the background. Shame to waste it. This is just under 7 mile. Checkpoint number 3, High Park. Wind again is the thing, but it is keeping us cool. Everybody seems to be doing okay at the moment. But it's a good checkpoint for like topping up any water bottles, refreshments, anything like that. But yeah, it is what it is. Halfway up a hill as usual. The next checkpoint we're going to be pushing up to something called Polbank, which is about 3 mile away. Just a steady path up to that for about a mile, and then 2 mile on the flat to get to that. Getting some views now. Halfway to Polbank. Wind still ever present. Clouds, for some reason, ever present. And yeah, it was supposed to be clear, but it is dry. Well, that's number 4 done. Polbank, just slightly under 10 mile. It's 5 o'clock. It's not crackerjack now.
Well, we'll have an electrolyte at the hub. Wait, Paul, if that's where we go.
What did the lady say? Did she say that was the highest point of round here? That trig point there? Somebody will correct me when this goes on YouTube, but yeah, the lady back there, one of the marshals, says that that trig point at Polbank is the highest point around here. Certainly looks quite high. And that's where we're heading. Light's fading a bit now. Still heading towards what they call bridges, which I think is about 12 mile. Maybe, yeah, could be about 12 and a half mile into the proposed 50. Quite a lot of disused farm buildings and little shelters and stuff. Fantastic place to be out walking, just be outside generally. We're on sort of a ridge now, coming down the side of a valley, which hopefully, if we're all fit and able in, I don't know, 10-12 hours time, we should be coming up on the other side of the valley, heading towards some of the final hills and checkpoints. But that's a long way off. In a moment we'll be thinking about head torches and overnight clothes, and just basically preparing for sort of 10 hours of walking through the darkness and navigating our way through some quite tricky bits and pieces. There they are. Huey, Dewey, Booey.
You got a 4 now.
That was probably the longest stop we're going to make. Is that wishful thinking? Yeah, it should be the longest stop we're going to make. Unfortunately, Tim's suffering a little bit with his knees, so he's decided to retire at that point. But fair play to him, he cracked on and got done what he actually intended to do, which as far as he sort of physically could. So we're off and going again, heading towards Stones for the first time. And that should see us over the ridge then at Stones, taking us through to Earl's Hill, the infamous Earl's Hill. Picked up a newcomer to the group, someone we've been talking to over the last few miles, and has sort of kept our pace. But part of the rules state that once it gets to that particular point, really, where the masses get to as it's getting dusk, you can't walk it on your own or as a pair. You've got to be in 3 or more. So we're back up to 5, and as predicted, the light is really dropping now. Not sure how the camera's gonna work through the evening and into the early hours. Might pick up your reflective strips. Try and negotiate now what's known as the Stones. It's a ridge that runs across Longmynd. We're aiming for another checkpoint. Currently on 15 miles. Do you get anything? Probably just a glow. Can't even angle it anywhere. Might pick up something. Anyway, yeah, that's what we're doing. Currently at 15 miles, heading for the next checkpoint on top of the Stones. And Sam's leading the way. Heading down into some totally non-lit areas now. Walking across the centre of a field. You may only be picking up the audio off this, but we're off the Stones section, which was quite tricky, but we're all together. Currently, we've just gone through the 17-mile mark. First bit of filming I've been able to do in the light. It's not the best, is it? So what do you think so far?
Oh yeah, loving it. Living the absolute dream.
Bank Farm, isn't it? Yeah, we're actually at Bank Farm now. Another checkpoint. I can't forget the number of checkpoints. Will it be on here? I haven't got my glasses on anyway. But we're just shy of 23 mile. This is Lee. She's joined us as Tim retired, and we were 4, then we were 5. Everybody's doing really well. No major ailments. Everybody's now feeding themselves, watering themselves. Yes. We're gonna do the usual sort of MOT on feet and blisters and whatever's sore and chafing, and then we'll be regrouped onto a new group card, and we'll head off towards the next one, which is Shelf.
It's like 4.5 miles.
So yeah, about 4.5 miles to go to the next checkpoint, but it's pretty much downhill and flat. Yes, it is.
Some wool socks.
Bit of mud here.
It's like deja vu. Hiya. Hello.
Hello.
Alright guys, sorry.
we out here to assist you.
No, it's fine.
Thank
I just help yourself, please.
Thank you very much for doing this. Thank you.
So we're, well, I don't know what Sam's been doing. Sam's got extra more miles than everybody, but according to my watch, we've done about 26 mile.
So that's about halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some very kind residents and shop owners have left us some refreshments out. And finally I've got a little bit of light to actually film something, because for the last 10 miles I haven't been able to see a great deal.
Oh, she was so welcome.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's,
Needed.
You're all right for provisions? You've got it? Plenty of everything?
yes, fine, thank you.
Yes, we have, I think. Thank you.
How's everybody doing?
Okay, we got to go now to the shelf checkpoint. Is it
Oh,
about
not
another?
far.
Couple of mile.
Is it that
It's
far?
just a little bit uphill, that's all.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Got to Shells. I can't think what the registered distance is on the card. I'm sure it's down as 27 mile, but
I need to put it back with you.
I've got sort of 28.5 mile. Yeah, take a breather, it's fine. Normally some up on there. You ain't going to be able to really see a great deal, but just gone through, just approaching 31 mile by my watch, and we're heading up the one side of Corndon Hill to the next checkpoint. And as you can probably tell from the breathing, this is quite a tricky section now, pretty technical. Grass, rocks, ferns, single track winding up the side of Corndon Hill. So the plan is for each of us to make our own way to the summit, and then obviously we'll regroup at the top. But everybody's still in good spirits. I don't think you're going to see much this way. I don't know, if I angle you may see a little bit. And I'll put some shade over there. Oh yeah, not too bad. I'll calm on Miranda with my head torch and my buff on. You ain't going to see a fat lot from here. But it's pitch black now. Unbelievably, I'm still in my t-shirt. It's so warm. You're probably looking 15 to 16 degrees still. We've got a slight cloud cover which does obviously keep the heat in. I'm slipping and sliding, so I'm going to have to just turn this off for now and crack on. Just getting to the summit of Corndon Hill. Next checkpoint, top of Corndon Hill. This, I was going to say, you lot are normally quite rowdy. I can normally hear you from the top of Earls Hill. Might as well use the lights to effect, but yeah, this is the sort of rowdy bunch that's at the top of Corndon Hill. I've got 31 mile. It's registered down as supposed to have been the 30 mile mark. Caroline and Lee and Michelle just coming up behind us now up the hill. I decided to sort of take the hills at our own sort of pace, and then regroup when we get to the top of the group card. They shouldn't be too long now. But nice idea with the lights up here. If a few more of the checkpoints have got some lights, I'll be able to do a bit more on the GoPro. But it is what it is. Everybody seems to be okay at the moment, to be fair. You know, got a few blisters and a few aches and pains, but all good. Got a couple of miles downhill now to the point where they most of them retired last year, so this will be a nice sort of motivational point to get them to this point and beyond it. It's sort of put last year's retirement out the way then, and they can focus on getting that little bit further ahead. But as I say, we're doing pretty good. So see you at the next checkpoint. It's been a while. Lost track of the mileage a little bit. We've all got different readings. This is supposed to be about 36, 37 maybe. But I'm sure on the card it says 35, but I've got 37.5 miles already. We did have a bit of a discrepancy with the route probably an hour and a half ago. It's somewhere where we've gone a little bit wrong before, but there's an area where you're supposed to cross over a stream. We must have just walked past it. Excuse me. Found ourselves in the field and sort of had to make it as we go along. But we could see where we needed to be. We just had to take an alternative route. Got us back on track anyway. So we're heading up to what's known as Black Raglith, I think it's called, or Black Ragley. Black Ragley, I think. Or I'm not too sure. It's too early in the morning, too late at night, too early in the morning, too knackered, too tired. But yeah, the others are behind me a little bit way off. But again, we've agreed that we'll push on the hills at our own steam. Regroup at the top and take it from there. But again, weather stayed fine. In fact, it's gone clearer. The stars are out, which I've just said to these. In another hour there is going to be some evidence of the sun coming up, and I think we're in for a bit of a glorious start to Sunday morning and the sort of the last fifth of what we're attempting to do. At the moment, everybody seems in pretty good spirits. We've got a few foot issues probably amongst us all, so another 3 or 4 mile with a decent checkpoint, so we're going to sort of address those issues then and sort of make a clean start to the early hours of Sunday morning, push on from there. So I'm going to sign off for a bit because we're approaching the next checkpoint, and catch you later. Well, as you can all see from over that ridge, the sun is about 15 minutes from coming up. Finally, we're out of the dark and into the light, so to speak. We've just come out of what's known as the Stones car park. Refreshed our feet, refreshed our bellies with some well-deserved early morning food, and we're now heading back down a route that we did come up sort of 12 and a half hours earlier. You can see various things sort of waking up. Few cars passing us now. I think that's dropping people off who've recently retired at different checkpoints throughout the course. That's better. Some proper daylight. Sun's just minutes away from coming up. We are in a bit of a dark lane at the moment, but just as a bit of a carry on, as I say, we've come out of Stones car park. We've just gone back through bridges from earlier where we were literally sort of 12-13 hours ago, and we're now heading towards like I say, Pole Cottage. It's probably a couple of mile away. It's a bit of an incline. But we're down to 3 now. Sadly, we've lost Caroline and Michelle. They'd done enough. and they felt that they couldn't go on anymore without sort of injuring themselves or putting more pressure on their blistered feet and achy ankles and whatever. So bit of regret on their part that they couldn't finish it, but you know, they've got to do what they've got to do. So they've retired and are probably now tucked up warm on the minibus heading back towards the finish line. I say we're heading up a lane that we walked down half a day ago now, and at the moment it does seem like that, but we're probably around the 40-mile mark done, so we've still got a fair bit to go. And you got two sort of major climbs, a lot of downhill, which I think we're all struggling with the downhills rather than ups at the moment. This bit's always, man, there's just no time to look at the views, back to the views, slogging up through the bracken trails. There is a single track, trying to find it in new growth of sort of heather and bracken is a bit tricky. Trying to film at the same time and answer text message from nearest and dearest. And so, proof's in the pudding there really. Men can multitask. Spin you around, have a look. It's just really fields for miles and miles and miles. Ranges of hills, then mountains in the background. You know, some points we can see the reeking, other points we can, you know, you're touching on sort of the back end of Snowdonia from here. But this is a bit, still better being dry. We have maintained the dry conditions. No waterproofs, and practically I haven't put a top on all night. I've walked around in this t-shirt since about 10:30 last night. It just got so overpoweringly sort of humid as we were going up Earl's Hill. Everything had to come off, the hat, the buff, the top. I've put nothing on since. Could have done with shorts really. Just approaching Pole Cottage now. Mileage is, I don't know what's going on with the mileage today, but this should be the 42-mile mark, which it always has been and it always will be. Why we've got so much on our GPSs of different watches and whatever, I shall never know. But Sam's took the lead, and we've got myself and Lee just about to come round the corner into this checkpoint. It's always a well received checkpoint, this one is. One time I came up and myself and Caroline partook in some bacon sandwiches. Okay, Sam.
You don't want to not drink, do you?
This is always the most cheerful,
Well, this is how you're going to get it.
cheerful and well represented checkpoint. This is.
Take that. Well done.
Cheers. Well done.
Thank you.
You're not getting 2 rounds of push.
No,
You're not
I'm
getting 2.
just
Come
gonna
on.
top this up, actually.
Play the game. Well done. Fantastic job. How you feeling? Give a pink full track here for us. And then we're the last people
I think I've had bourbon creams at every checkpoint. It could be the new runner's fuel. Easily digestible, chocolate flavour, and you can carry them without them melting. Fantastic.
You can split now. No, I'm.
Now, man, are we good to go? Let's go. And there she is. Not Sam, I'm in the last hill. It's not Raglith, Ragley. What's it? Is it called Raglith or Ragley?
Ragleth.
Raglith. The Raglith. That's where we're going, and this is our final and quite. I would say this is the steepest. It overlooks Church Stretton. There's a pole at the top of it. It's always roasting when we go up there, but hey, let's be positive. We're probably about 47 miles. 47 miles into the adventure, and you know, that's it. We're, unless of any major, oh, foot's hurting now. Unless we have any major slip-ups, we'll get this done within the, we'll get this done within the time frame. Just got to cross the busy road, do a bit of a hike up some pathway, and then we're literally onto the steepest side. Checkpoint at the top, then there's a ridge all the way along for maybe another mile, and then it's down into the town, back to the school. Last checkpoint, done and dusted. Take I want to say a right onto the main road. Yes, so just get down here, get onto the main road, and like I say, just get this done. What do you say, Sam? Get this done. This, I'm just going to take a step back. Oh, yeah, foot's hurting. That's the sort of leading. That's where we've come from. Right across the back and over the top down the middle of the valley. I think that's the path there, maybe. No, that's Cardy Mill Valley, I think. Yeah, that's where we've just come down, right at the back. But yeah, that's the lead into the last hill, the Raglith. Sam's already started a way up. Lee's behind us. So once we get through this gate area, we'll be on our way up. So warm. Go on, Sam. This is brutal. We're now climbing one of the steepest sections of probably the tallest, or one of the tallest hills on the route, and this is at the end of what's probably around now 48 mile, probably about two-thirds of the way up now. Yeah, there's a post at the top and then a checkpoint just beyond that, but what a view. It's worth walking, not worth working, it's worth walking 48 miles to get up here and see it all. Stunning. Yes, Sam, got to the summit. Well done. Whew. Man. Finally, Mr. G at the summit of the last hill, the Raglith, for the sixth time of asking. I can't remember the years I've done it, but touch wood, managed to complete it each time I've done it. So that's 300 miles in total over the 6 events. Need to retire. Okay, retirement over, let's get cracking. You've done it now. Even if you swear, I can edit it out. Fantastic, you've done really well. Well, like I say, you haven't preceded it with probably 47, 48 mile now.
I keep losing my tries as well. I haven't lost that much weight all the way around.
Oh man, we're on our way down of the last hill. One in front, one behind. Keeping an eye on the pair of them. I would say a mile and a half to go, if that. You never know, we could be in before 11 o'clock, which would be 2 hours up on the actual allotted finishing time you've got to do it in. Yes. Yeah, just get to the end of the railings and then cross over. Well, yeah, just go a bit further. I think it's the little side road on the right that you can see just in front here. And the final stretch. You're back in Church Stretton Tower. Done all the ascents, all the descents. We're trying to push it now. We're trying to get under the under 22 hours. Get finished, done before 11 o'clock. So yeah, we're gonna get a move on now and go for it. Sam's got a mojo up now. She wants to be done by 11 o'clock.
I want to do it by 4
Lee's not too far behind. Lee, we're going right down there.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm not sure. Yeah, down there.
Well done, guys. Woo, strong finish. Get in. Please come in. Well done. See you in a bit. Fabulous. Oh, thank you. Go and sign off your time. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I'm loving it.
Well done, congratulations. Tap yourself in. Every minute counts, come on.
Doesn't it?
That's that. Here's the crew. Yeah. Thinking, Nick, that was
Oh, sorry.
that was good, but it's done and dusted for another year. But this is the weather. This is the weather they projected for yesterday. I'm quite glad we didn't get it.
It would have been bad.
Yeah. But, well done you two as well.
No, thank you. Well done. I couldn't have done any more. I was at my limit.
Should we have a recap? Basically, we started yesterday at 1 o'clock. An attempt on a 50-mile hike across the Longmynd, encompassing a lot of Church Stretton, top end of Cardi Mill Valley, 17 checkpoints in total that had to be navigated to. Like I say, through the night. It's got to be done in less than 24 hours. Well, 24 hours or less. And started off with a team of 5. Tim retired at a well-respected 13 or 14 mile in. To be fair, he's been struggling with injury for most of the year, so to get to that mark on dodgy knees on this terrain, fair play to you, mate. And it was then we picked up Lee Welsh, whose first attempt is now coming to completion as she just follows me down this hill, which put us back to a 5. As I said, unfortunately, but through no fault of their own and no lack of trying, Michelle and Caroline had to retire 3 hours ago at the sort of 40-ish mile mark. So we're down to 3, and this will be it now till the finish. Just trying to negotiate some steps that aren't the best when your big toenails hanging off and the side of your heels hanging off. But hey, I'm back next year. What a story. What an adventure.